Hi, everybody. This is Rhoda from Cigar City Tarot, and welcome to day 7 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge. And today our challenge is to discuss our most worked with deck in 2021 and why. So I mentioned this on day 1, or I'm sorry, day 2, what were the top tarot decks of 2021 for me. So this is, and I think I mentioned it then, but this is, no, not the Tim Burton, Nightmare Before Christmas deck. It is the Dark Mansions Tarot. And so I will talk about the Dark Mansions Tarot. Let's get it open. And again, I love the Halloween. I love Sally and whatnot. Anyway, as you all know, I've said it several times that I put all of my decks in their own little bag. They have their own little reading card so that when I'm somewhere and the table's nasty, they have their card. Anyway, we'll put that off to the side and we will take a look at the Dark Mansions Tarot. I think I said it in that particular video, but I love this. It's got a matte finish on the borders, and when you put them together, it's a satin finish. It's so silky. I am partial to satin finish anyway. I put satin finish paint on my walls. I don't like high gloss. I don't like matte finish. I like satin finish. A little bit of a sheen, but not too glossy. So anyway, fully reversible card faces. But it's funny, I think I mentioned it. It took almost a month, maybe a little bit more than a month, almost 2 to get this particular deck. And it did not come, it had a really nice box with it, but it did not come with a little white book or anything. And there's nothing that I can find out on the website, but that's okay because this is based on the Rider-Waite, and the imagery is follows along. I won't say, oh, obviously it's not exactly the same, but anyway, I love this deck. So this deck has good imagery. So we'll talk a little bit about it. I worked with this over the entire month of March. Well, starting in March and ending, or maybe the end of March, spanning through April and finishing up the first part of May. I was taking a class, a 6-week class, just refreshing my skills. And again, I am a believer that as many insights and input you can get, then you have that much more in terms of how you can read your cards and help to get your intuition flowing. And so I love this. It was a great class. It was interactive. We used Zoom. We could see each other. And we met once a week. I think there were 10 people in this particular class from all over the United States. And it was run by a woman named Jessica Paschke, very nice young woman and whatnot, but she had exercises that we needed to do and we needed to post every day. And so we would go through the swords first, or we'd go through the first 12 cards or 11 cards of the major arcana, and then we'd go through the next, or then we go through all the suit cards, and then we go through cards 1 through 5, and then 6 through 10. And so each day there were questions to ask. There were and when the cards came up, how you interpreted it, and then we posted it on our closed private Facebook page. And so I found that working with this deck, I love reading with it. I did read with it during my Halloween tarot. Halloween party was tarot and tall tales. And anyway, it is a wonderful deck. And I'll go through the cards again. I don't have these in order, but you can kind of get an idea of the cards. And so this is the World card. It is very, I think I mentioned it in the other video, but it's very 1800s feels like, the Something Wicked This Way Comes. I'm a huge Ray Bradbury fan. And very 1890s World Fairish type thing. And so the characters are exaggerated, but very of that era. Let me see if I can get the there we go. Look at that closer. And so that you can see the World card here has, kind of a 1910s feel with the bathing suit. You've got the horns of the bull. You have the cow here. You have the eagle. And anyway, and it's so if you are used to the world card of the Rider-Waite-Smith standard deck, it's very similar. And let's see if I can get that to focus for us. All right, there's the world. One of my all-time favorite cards in here is the Sun card. And again, youth, so much imagery. I love the borders around here, you know, as though they're looking at something special. This is the Ace of Wands card, very colorful. Pyramids in the background, you know, the branches reaching up to the sky. Very fire energy, you know, with the, it's almost like it reminds me of the torch for the Olympics. This is the Eight of Cups, and she's running away, you know, so she's trying to get away, stealing away in the night. So very similar, even though she's not heading towards the mountain, she is getting away and leaving it all. This is the Two of Swords, very similar in that you've got some decisions to make. The path is closed to you, however you read it and interpret it. Justice is blind. Anyway. This is the Ten of Pentacles. And so again, the generational wealth, the family, you've got the dog down here, right? And you've got the kids and whatnot, and grandpa sitting there. In some ways, it reminds me of the Addams family too, right? This is my all-time favorite card in the deck, where I mentioned in a couple of videos ago that I am a Sagittarian. And the Temperance is my quote unquote tarot card, at least in terms of its relationship. And so I love this card. This card is just a beautiful card. You know, she's got her foot on, grounded on the deck as opposed to the ground. She's got one foot in the water. You know, she's balancing her pour and everything. So I love this one. This is the Ten of Cups. Again, almost a Mary Poppins like, you know, which was, you know, done in the 1880s. And well, no, actually the Edwardian era. So the early 1900s during the suffragette movement. But it just reminds me of Mary Tyler Moore and Bert and Mary with the kids out in the park. This is the Seven of Cups, and it's interesting, still choices, and as someone who's looking at what they need to do, looking out in love, the Queen of Pentacles. She is beautiful, you know, red hair. She's got the rabbit signifying, you know, rabbits are very fertile, and you have one rabbit and a girl and boy rabbit, and all of a sudden you got babies, right? So still very true to the Rider-Waite, but the imagery in the background, very lush landscape, you know, this olive tree perhaps. Looks like these are even coffee beans, if you will. And this one is the King of Wands. Again, that fire energy. You can see the red of his coat. You know, he's ready to get up at a moment's notice. Where in the Rider-Waite, he's almost holding his hand like this, like he's ready to fight. This guy is ready to jump out of his throne. He's got his cape or his robe open so that it won't entangle his feet. So that same Rider-Waite-Smith energy, as he tries to, if he needs to get up, he will do it. And he's looking at you going, don't dare me, right? Don't dare me, buddy. This one, again, I love the color of the queens. All four queens are beautiful. Their eyes are gorgeous. This is the Queen of Wands. Again, you know, just a self-made woman. She's looking at you going, yep, I am who I am. I'm not ashamed of it. Almost even looks athletic and very, you know, very put together, right? Very focused. This is the Four of Cups. Again, not liking the choices in front of him and either ignoring or not seeing the opportunity that's being put right in front of him. This is the Empress. And again, she's holding her belly as though she were pregnant. I can't really tell, maybe a little baby bump there, but certainly along the line, sitting in a lush field. And you have you know, your symbols, either for being a female or, you know, anyway, she's sitting with her kingdom in the background, overseeing what she has, and very lush. I love the Fool. Isn't he crazy looking? Look at that guy. He's awesome. It almost reminds me now of Beetlejuice, right? You guys saw Beetlejuice and the clown anyway. And it's funny because the dog is tied to him, and you can see dog goes, the yippy yappy dog in your mind says, I'm not going down that path. Don't make me. But the Fool says, I need company, right? Ready to go, ready to move. This is the Hierophant. Again, very similar. You know, he's got his symbols and whatnot. He's got his two, a man and a woman in this case. Could signify a marriage, a Catholic wedding or whatnot, but it's a little bit more where the other one had the you know, the sycophants and whatever. I think I said that word right. This one is the Page of Cups. The pages are very young energy and whatnot. This reminds me of yo ho ho and a bottle of rum, right? The Two of Cups. You have to love birds. Partnerships, more the true love than the lovers, you know, although it does have some symbolism here with the worm, right? And the Garden of Eden. I love the devil, the she devil. She is beautiful. I love her two little people that are hanging out there. They're like, yeah, cool, let's go for it. This is the Magician. He looks like on Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, again, with the Dick Van Dyke, right? So trying to get his magic working. Here's the King of Cups, again, self-absorbed. He looks like Neptune in The Old Man in the Sea, you know. And if you take a look at here, these are seashells. These are pearls. I mean, there's so much you can see about this, this guy. These are fish. Kind of hard to see in this light, but these are fish, kind of like koi or betta fish that have the long tails and the flowy ribbons in their thing. This is the Death card. Death looks bored. That's like, okay, I'm here to get you. Time to move on. This is the Eight of Swords. Again, very similar to the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery, as are the Six of Pentacles, except it's a woman this time and not a man. And she's giving away. You can see though that this child is either hoarding the money that they're getting and still begging, or they're doing a good job, you know, with keeping their money and just asking for more. So, and again, where in the Rider-Waite-Smith, the man who's doling out the money is holding a scale as well. In the background, it is like the sign that hangs over them that I'll be fair to you. The Hermit, he's great. It's Gandalf or, you know, Dumbledore if you watch Harry Potter. The Tower, very crazy, right? Everything is built on an imbalanced foundation, and it just takes one thing that you need to, your rock isn't as steady as you think. The Three of Cups. This can be read many ways. If you were doing a love reading, you might see it as a bad thing, right? There's either a menage going on here, ha, 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 or there is a third party involved that he's looking at her, but she's looking at him. So in some ways, this Three of Cups can be read as a happy time, and these are, maybe it's brothers and sisters, but if you're reading it for a love reading, this might be an interesting card as you interpret it. My favorite card, the Knight of Swords from, I don't care what deck. This is almost like Napoleon, right? And he's just his high horse and it's balls to the wall. And I don't care who I bowl over or whatnot. I don't even care if and look at the horse's crazy eye looking back at him going, what the hell? Don't jump me over this crazy place. This Page of Swords. Look at the background and the swirl. I love the colors in this deck. And this is the Two of Pentacles. We'll just go faster. The Six of Swords, you know, calm waters from disturbed waters. So again, I won't finish the deck, but you can see the imagery. This is Judgment. I love Judgment. and because it's all of the guys, you know, it's all the dead guys getting married, and it's a happy time for them because they can finally move on into a better life, right? I love this guy. 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, the Masked Bandit. Here's the Knight of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. There's the 3 of Swords. This is an interesting one, right? So it's going right through the locks of hair, right? You can read that in many ways. 6 of Wands, very similar. Here's another one of my favorite cards in this deck, the Wheel of Fortune. To me, something wicked this way comes. It just, if you've never read the book or you've never seen the movie, Ray Bradbury, this is a wonderful card. It just looks like it. Anyway, so that is the Dark Mansions Tarot. And again, using it for a study guide. And I'm just showing different cards. And yes, so it can be found on, I'll link the website where I found it in the description box. So anyway, there's another queen. I wanted to get to that queen. She is beautiful. Another one, the Queen of Cups, right? All right, well, that is it for day 7. Again, if you want to check out what other readers are saying in the 31 Days of Tarot Challenge by Ethony, you can look it up by using hashtag 31 Days of Tarot with the 31, all words together. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. Yes. And subscribe. Have a great day, and we'll see you on day 8, January the 8th.